So I want to sort of talk about wood cutting, and one of the mistakes I made because of a lot of people pushing their ideas of how it's all done and me just sort of going along with it. A lot of people are mad on splitting wood. Now, with the wood that was left behind at my uncle's place, there's a lot of construction timber. There's also a lot of dead trees. And everybody sort of, oh, you got to split it. You got to split it to make it small. You got to split it to make. So I went and done that. But what I thought is, oh well, if I've already got small stuff, I don't need a split. So I done exactly that. I just burn a lot of small stuff. Well, small stuff will burn very quickly, and it'll be all gone before you know it. So I ended up with the fire going out in the middle of the night, and then you got to get up and relight it, and having these, few hours sleep and then get up and relight it, it's just crap. You stuff up your sleeping patterns. What nobody told me is you need to get it going with small stuff. Get a good heap of red coals in the bottom before you have a shower and all that to go to bed, and then go have your shower. And then when you come back from your shower, you should be burning with a lot of hot coals in the bottom. And then you go and get a log. Now, I mean, you got to have one. You got to cut all your wood so it will fit inside your wood heater, obviously. The way I do this is I get a stick that is rather large, but does just fit inside my wood heater, and then I have that stick beside me, and you might want to mark it with a bit of chalk or a bit of texture or even a bit of spray paint, and take it out there with you so that when you're cutting wood, if you need any comparison, you've got that to compare it with. The other one is they've got stops for cutting noggins on some of these things, which is like just a little plate thing that slides out on a rod to allow you to cut noggins for wood framing at a certain length. But what that'll also allow you to do, if you can set that at the size of, a few inches short of what you can fit in your wood heater, then you've got that as a stop, so that you know that everything, so long as you don't go past that stop, you've got no issues with fitting it in your wood heater. So I used to get the chainsaw out, and I've almost got it in my head. I can just look now and tell where I've got to cut the wood to make it fit inside the wood heater. So I used to get the chainsaw out, cut all these logs, and when I got all the red coals burning in the bottom, when I get back from my shower, I get this entire log that's short enough to fit in the wood heater, but quite round. Like it may be, 9 inches, 10, 11 inches round. And I'll throw that one single big log in. And because it's such a large mass, once again, you've got that sort of a diffusion concept that you have with a whole stack of little ice blocks as opposed to one big block of ice. Because there's not much edges and all that, it's hard for it to catch on, which is why you need the red coals. But then when it does catch on, it doesn't just go woof and burn it, because it's a whole heap of small bits that are easy to, they've got a lot of surface area and it's easy for them to burn. It's just one big lump. So it's not easy for it to just burn it, like it won't go and burn it in a big hurry, as opposed to how it will with the equivalent amount of stuff in small sticks. So then you get heat, but it's not super duper hot heat. You're likely to not really go above 73 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 degrees Celsius, but it will burn for 8 hours and sometimes more. I've had them even burn for 10 hours. Now the other big myth is you can have hardwood, and everybody says use hardwood, use hardwood, use hardwood. A lot of these big logs I've used, they've been softwood. They've been the dead trees that are around here. Cypress pines that were planted in 1927 and are now dead. And I've been using a lot of these softwood branches as my logs that'll burn for 10 hours straight. And everybody will sit there saying, don't use softwood, don't use softwood pine, it's all junk, you just need to get that and burn it in the fire. And then they run out after they've had a cypress pine or a normal, radiata pine or some other sort of pine drop on their place, they burn it in a bonfire, and then they're running out to these local forests trying to cut hardwood and semi-hardwood natives that are live, and then they've got to wait for them to dry out before they can put them in their fire. And you're like, hang on a minute, that tree that you had fall, it may have been live or it may have been dead. Often enough it'll be dead, and that's why it fell, because it was getting weak. The wind blew it over. And you can get this stuff and you can put it in and do what I do. Burn for 10 hours straight. You can sleep right through the entire night without ever getting cold. And these people will get these collapsed pine trees on their place and just burn them in a bonfire. And I'm like, my gosh, that is good wood. Furthermore, it's very easy to split it if you do need to split it. I injured my wrist for about a week trying to split some wood with an axe. At the moment, I have gone around and tried to ransack all not the trunks, but the smaller branches that are of decent size, and use those for logs. And other smaller trees, I've got a few almond trees here as well that are dying, and ransack those smaller trunks for my logs so I can avoid splitting, because I don't want to have to split. And next time I split will be either like about December 2013 or maybe even December 2014. And I want to string it out for as long as I can, because I want to buy myself a proper log splitter that I can just sit there with a lever going bzz, 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 and just split all this stuff without any real effort. So yeah, but do be aware that pine, while it has a bad reputation and it does burn faster, you can still get large, big pieces, and don't split them. Put them in as one big solid bit, and you can just keep burning. I'll give you an example of what I done. I had this time where it was winter, and it was cold, so I lit the wood heater up. And I had a whole heap of washing, and I hung it on my little railings that I've got up on coming out of the ceiling where I dry my clothes. And I went through about, I think it was 4 logs and a bit of small stuff. And I ran it for 42 hours non-stop. I done the maths. It was going non-stop for 42 hours. Out of 4 of these logs that were about, 10 or 11 inches wide and about 16 inches or so long. 4 of them and a little bit of small stuff, and I got 42 hours straight run. And yeah, so that's what you can do. But keep in mind that as much as there's bad words about pine, it's good to go. So long as it's not a poisonous thing, it's good to use. Hardwood's better, but there's nothing wrong with pine, and I use it on a regular basis because that's a large amount of the dead trees on my property. And furthermore, this splitting everything to 4x2 size, even hardwood, when you split it to 4x2 size, it just burns too quick. And the small stuff will burn very fast and heat the room up really hot, and you'll be sweating. Whereas your bigger stuff, because it's large and it's harder for the flame to really get a grip on, will burn slower, but you won't end up sweating like a pig. There's some nights, last winter, we've just ended summer and we're into the first month or so of autumn here. But last winter I damn near did run out, and I had to get up twice a night because all I had was the small stuff to burn. It was probably about 5 inches around, so I'd stick like 2, maybe 3 of them in, and it'd burn, and then I'd wake up in the middle of the night cold, I have to reload again and burn again. I only had to do that for a few weeks, but I didn't like it, because I just like to sleep right through, obviously. But yeah, splitting all your hardwood down to 4x2 size, you're stupid. You're doing extra effort you don't need to, and it burns so much quicker. And sure, you get that high heat, but then you start realising it's getting too hot. At least with me, because we don't get really bad below freezing all the time here. It rarely gets below freezing at all, and if it does, it only goes a couple of degrees below freezing. But yeah, save your wrist and think about what you're slicing up so that you can avoid splitting. And yeah, pine's all right. And yeah, don't go crazy on the splitting if you don't need to. I'm into not necessarily doing things the proper way, but doing them the shortcut way and the easy way that causes me less grief, if you haven't noticed already.